I question now as an adult what foods and drinks that I do actually like and what stuff I've convinced myself I like because it was low calorie. My mum was always dieting, and every older woman around me always seemed to be dieting. So I felt like I always had to be on a diet. I became more aware of it when I was at uni, and a boy actually, who's like, it's not normal to be always sick. Like, that's not normal. Like, people don't do that. And I was like, no, like, I'm fairly sure people do. Later down the line, I'd kind of acknowledged, yeah, it's probably not normal to be sick almost every day. It's not normal to be sick every night out, and like, it's not normal to make yourself sick like that. So I count it as a win if I like manage a night out without being sick or wanting to make myself sick. The reason my stomach was sticking out was like because I have a uterus there, like that's just doing its job and trying to keep me alive, and can't change the fact that they're there. I didn't realize how much not eating affected your fertility because I was having like such weird periods. I was referred to the gynecology department, and because I took my partner with me, he goes, "What happens if she doesn't eat?" I was like, "You absolute grass." And she was like, "Well, you need to eat. If you don't eat, you're not going to be able to make babies. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that. Like you put your body into starvation mode." And like I've heard that before, but I didn't quite understand what that meant. When I left, I was like really mad. I was like, "Why are you saying that?" And he was like, "Something you do, and it's not something that you will acknowledge in front of a doctor." So if somebody else doing the things that I do, I'd be like, "You have an eating disorder." But when it's me, it's different. Like, it's different when I do it. That's what everyone always thinks, don't they? Like, never been scarily thin. I don't feel like I would be believed if I said I had an eating disorder. The things that I think in my head are so irrational. I think that's the hardest part. The way I describe it to people is like seagulls. When like you hear seagulls, that's what my brain is like. You're stupid, you're fat, and things like that. So what if I was? So I just try and turn that around as quickly as I can. And you got to practice that self-talk, haven't you? Because it doesn't just change because you tell it to change. You have to do it as a repeated thing, otherwise it's never going to be a long-term thing. Something that's definitely helped, and it definitely helped at uni, was doing sports. It was one of those sports that if you didn't eat, you would not be able to do it because you would be too weak to do it. So, oh, I need to have like 3 proper meals today because I've got a game. So I need to eat really well this week to build up like those carbs in my body. That forced me to eat quite a bit more. When I stopped doing that, found myself sort of getting back into those bad habits. And then think about the things that you're doing. And if you saw someone else doing them, what would you say? I could acknowledge on other people, like when friends were doing it, I would be like, that's not okay, you need to eat. I try and reflect on the way that I speak to myself and how would I feel if somebody said that to one of my friends or said it to my partner or my mum? How would I feel if somebody said that to someone I love? I am somebody that people love. So it would hurt somebody if they knew that I was saying that to myself.